Right, so we're gonna, the next thing, like feedback. Right. Next thing we'll do is we're gonna model like a table to put this on, or like a desk and stuff. So the way we did last week was using edge loops, and we extruded some stuff. But what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna show you like a really lazy way of modeling. It's not really lazy; it's productive. So there's no point in modeling every object, like both sides. What you normally do is you try and model objects in halves if you can, or in quarters, because it's going to save you a lot more work. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to model kind of like a coffee table that you'd see. So we'll start off with a cube. It's a large cube like this, and I'm just going to move it first so I can kind of see around it a bit better. Okay, so I'm just going to move it up in there. So the tool we used last week to slice stuff, like put like a cut straight across it, was the insert edge loop tool. Okay, so it's right underneath your extrude tool. So what we're going to do is I'm going to quarter this first, like just a rough quarter. And then I'm going to hold down my right click, go into face mode, and I'm going to get rid of that side, and I'm going to get rid of that side as well. Okay. So what I should end up with now is this weird kind of shape that looks a bit like a book. Okay. So we're going to model just one corner of the table, and then we're just going to duplicate it twice, and that'll give us like a full table. So it means we can do more detail, and we don't need to worry about stuff matching up. So it's actually going to be manufactured properly. So if I go in the insert edge loop again, I'm going to put a cut in here. So remember, the cuts go in the opposite direction of where you click. So if I click on a line that runs this way, the cut's going to go another way. And remember, it doesn't happen until you let go. So try and get in the habit of just holding down your mouse. So we'll just put one in there, and we'll put one in there. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab this top face here, and I'm going to extrude it. I'm going to extrude it down into the table a little bit, and then I'm going to grab the bottom here, which is this one, and I'm just going to extrude this a couple of times to give us like the shape of a leg. Okay. So we're going to extrude it. And you can do this a couple of different ways. You can extrude it and then scale it and then extrude it, or you can do it all in one go and then put edge loops on yourself. I'll do it this way for now, which I'm just extruding it, and then I'm going to go into it again. But this time I'm going to go to my scale tool and kind of scale it a little bit, and then I'm going to extrude it again. Okay, so it's just a little bit of detail that like some people wouldn't put in, but it's a bit more interesting than having a boring leg that just goes straight down. Okay, and then I'll do the same at the bottom. Okay, so obviously if this was sitting on the ground, you'd want it to have a bigger bottom because it wouldn't get knocked over as easy. So all we do is we've got that face selected, and you can pop off this if you want, as long as you're in face mode and you go back in, your extrude tool will work the same. So if we go to mesh tools, so just make sure you're in mesh tools because there are more than one extrude tool. I'm going to go to extrude. This time I'm going to go just pop straight to my scale tool. I'm using the middle one because I want to scale it out in all directions at the same time. So what some people were doing was they were trying to move it in the scale tool, and that's a habit you do get into. If you just tap W, it'll bring you back at that, and then we're just going to do one final extrusion, and that'll be the base of the table. Okay, it's a bit tall, but we'll fix that later on. So what I'm going to do now is pop into object mode. I'm going to balls this up first, so you can kind of see what mistake I've made, and then I'll show you how to fix it then afterwards. All right. So all we do now is this is what's called a mesh. So anytime it's a whole object, you're dealing with a mesh. So there's a whole load of options that are just in mesh tools, okay, and they apply to like entire objects. Sorry, just a mesh. So this applies to entire objects. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into a thing called, and I say it sounds weird. It sounds like a mumbling mirror geometry, right? You guys say it a lot better than me. That's what we're looking for, right? We're going to go in anytime there's a little cube, means there's options. So we're just going to pop into options for it, and it's asking us like basically what direction we want to go in. Okay, so if you look down here, X is running this way. Okay, this little X and it's colored, so that means plus X is going this direction. So we just hit that. And then we just do it again, okay? So back into the options again. And this time we want to go this direction here. So if I look down this little marker, it's Z is running that way. And whatever side has the color on it is the plus side. Okay, so if I do it wrong and I set it to minus Z, it's going to go that way. All right, so that's the wrong direction. So we go back in, just Z will undo. If we go in the mirror geometry, I'm trying not to say it now. In the plus Z, that's our table. Okay, so what balls up did I make? What's wrong, mate? Basically. Apart from the size, there's something weird about the top of it. Aye, so we don't want those lines in the middle. So where they came from was when I extruded ages ago, like right at the start, it left those little lines. So whenever you go to model half an object, always imagine that someone just sliced it right down the middle and everything's empty. So what I do before you actually do your mirroring is just grab that face there and just push backspace and delete it, okay? So now when it mirrors it, it's not going to have that weird little line in the middle. It's just going to be totally empty, all right? So if we just try it again, so all we're doing is mesh, into mirror geometry. Which direction was it? Plus X, yeah. How do you know it's plus X? So the color is the side with the plus, yeah. And then we just go mesh, mirror geometry, and we're going to go plus Z. And that's it there. All right. So it's a full table modeled in probably a quarter of the time it would have taken you to model it the traditional way. Okay. So when you guys go to do your scenes, what I'll try and do get you to think about, like, can you get away with modeling half of this object? Can you get away with modeling a quarter of it? It sounds lazy, but it makes it more accurate because you're not a machine. It makes it a lot more accurate. So in terms of these Macs sitting in front of you, I don't ever model half of those because why would I waste my time trying to model the whole thing at the same time? All the desks in front of you, I don't ever model like a quarter. The chairs and stuff, maybe half. Okay, so you can normally find ways. If anything's cylindrical, you can kind of get away with modeling a segment of it. It's kind of like a pizza. Like you can do a slice and then actually mirror it around in a circle like that. There's loads of little tricks you can do. So we'll give that a try.